Well, welcome. Hopefully you're logged into itslearning, and then you're in your staff course in itslearning. And once you're there in your staff course, make sure on the planner block you have it showing today. And if you'll scroll down, you'll see the beginner on-level training there first, and then the advanced level training is listed there second for you. So basically, you see I've got 3 things there for us to do. The first thing I'm going to do actually, though, is talk about the itslearning gradebook and why you might want to use that. You don't have to, but you might want to. Then we're going to look at what is blended learning. I'm going to have you look at some sample activities of personalized learning, and then we're going to have some more time for you to build some things. So, itslearning gradebook, totally separate from Infinite Campus. But if you are giving your students tests and quizzes in itslearning or grading assignments in itslearning, you may want to turn on the itslearning gradebook because it makes it much easier to get the grades out of itslearning so you can type them into IC. I've attached the directions here for you on how to turn it on, how to use it, how to export it into an Excel file. So I'll just let you go through those on your own. I've showed you in the past, but you have to turn it on each year. So I just wanted to remind you of that and give you those directions if you want to use those. Okay, so let's go to what is blended learning. And I have a short video for you here. You just want to watch up on the screen.
I'm on my computer a lot.
Email,
Google Docs,
Google Search, Snapchat.
Technology has revolutionized our world. We can connect and learn and create and share. We have immediate, improved, and personalized access to the world. Nothing in our modern lives remains untouched by this powerful transformation, except for education. The big idea behind blended learning is combining online learning in brick-and-mortar schools with teachers where students can learn at their own pace so that they can optimize their individual learning.
Combining the best of teacher instruction and computer-based instruction.
The world that we live in today isn't about paper and pencil, it's about computers. Having our kids become comfortable and familiar with that now is going to better prepare them for the world when they leave this school.
Blended learning can actually personalize for every student's individual needs to meet them where they are when they need it.
We are doing students and ourselves a great disservice to assume they all learn in the same way. So we need something new, and that's blended learning.
When you walk into a blended learning school, what you'll see is small groups of students off with their computers working away on online learning programs, and another group of students in small groups doing rich interactive projects with each other and really collaborating as peers.
I'm able to now focus on smaller groups of kids, give them more individual attention, and help them with their individual learning styles.
Before, you're moving at the pace of the average of your 30 kids. Now you can really move at the pace of each individual student.
The teacher has the opportunity to look at data in the moment, in the minute, to know where our kids are immediately, informs instruction in the next period or the next morning.
In a regular classroom, it might take a week for you to get your test back. I can take a test twice in one class, get my feedback almost instantly, and figure out what I need to improve on.
Blended learning makes you in charge of your pathway, knowing how to navigate what you need and when you need it.
And that's true learning and knowledge. It's when you're able to apply content into real life.
All 50 million of America's students deserve the opportunity to have blended learning so that they can personalize their education and realize success in life.
50 million.
50 million students.
50 million
50 million
students.
students.
50 million students
in America.
in America.
50 million students in America.
So when we adopted itslearning 3 years ago, this was the model that we adopted at the same time. We wanted teachers to continue doing what you've always done in classrooms, what they call brick and mortar school, and just use this learning alongside of what you're doing, whether that's you're having kids do things outside of the school day or during the school day on their devices, just supplementing with itslearning. As a district, in 3 years, we've come a long way. We've learned a lot, and I think we've been relatively successful with what we've done. We have mastered posting lessons on the planner and uploading files to the tree. Everybody knows how to do that, and so I want to move us forward this year. I've done a lot of training in the last 3 years, and teachers know how to do things, so this year I'm pushing them over the cliff and actually having them build more of those items. So with the beginner on-level training that I just did, they were actually building things so that they could use them in their classroom. For you guys with the advanced, what I'm going to do is we're going to dip our toe into personalized learning. So as a district, you may have heard that they're actually exploring it, trying to figure out what it's going to look like if we would go there. There are a ton of questions and not a lot of answers. But as they're exploring, I'm going to these meetings going, oh my gosh, we really need to make sure that the teachers are prepared for this, because there's a technology element to personalized learning that would require a lot of training for teachers to feel comfortable to do those aspects. So I decided this year I had the opportunity to work with the 2 different levels of training, and I'm going to take all of you for the advanced level, and we're going to explore some activities that you can do for personalized learning, so that if and when the county goes to personalized learning, I can use you to help train everybody else. Okay with that?
So is this the same thing as, I guess, what is the Mountain Academy? What is it called?
Mountain Ed.
That's what they do, right? It's more of a it's an
Not-
online platform, right?
They do a lot of, most of their work online, but when we talk about personalized learning as a district, it's more of, okay, how can I take what we're doing, still direct instruction, and supplement it with some pieces of technology that would allow the kids to remediate for those that need to, move ahead for those that need. So, like I said, with the blended learning, it's kind of meeting them where they are and getting them all to the end goal, the same end goal, whether that requires speeding up some kids or whatever that takes to get them there. So it's not just all online, okay. So, you guys will look there on your course dashboard. I've got a page linked. It's called Blended Learning. You can click on that page for me. And the first thing there is the video that we just watched. If you'll scroll down, there are 3 activities that I want to focus on with you today that you can use for personalized learning. And you'll see there's a block for each one. There's choice boards, playlists, and station rotations. Just take a couple minutes and read through those brief descriptions there. So, choice boards, basically you're giving the kids the choice as to what they're going to do to show you what they know. And it could be like the example showed here, the tic-tac-toe board, they're choosing 3 out of the 9 options, or it could be you gave them 10 options and they're just doing one thing. But once again, student choice involved there, outcome is still just showing me that you've mastered the standard. The playlist, you're just giving students the resources, whether those are just files that you have or websites that they can go to or videos they can watch. There's a collection of resources for the kids to go through and help either reteach themselves the topic or initially teach themselves the topic. And a lot of times on those playlists, they're going to be a whole bunch of different styles, so you're trying to meet the different learning styles within your classroom. And the kids still get choice. They go through and they decide, oh, this one works for me, this one doesn't work for me. A lot of times the teachers may have 10 resources and tell the kids, do 2 or 3 of the 10. And then the station rotation, if you think back to elementary school, this one is huge. We all did it when we were in elementary school with the centers. We don't do it a lot in middle and high school, but it is a great way to get the kids to kind of have some ownership in what they're doing, to give them choice in how they're learning things, and give you the opportunity to work one-on-one with the groups. Have you guys done any of those 3? Awesome. Okay, so what I want us to do, I've got a few examples that I want to show you, how they might look, and then you're going to be building one of these 3, totally up to you what you do. If you look there, you can either go back to the course dashboard, and I've linked a folder called Samples of Playlist, Station Rotation, and Choice Boards, or here in the tree, you'll see that same folder. So the very first item in that folder, Choose Your Own It's Learning Training. This is an example of a choice board. And I actually did this with the beginner on-level training today. So there's a block where they have just the directions of what I need them to do. And then I embedded a Google form over here for the students to submit to me what they chose to do. And then there is a block for each of the different items that they could choose from. And each block just tells them why they would do that, what I need them to do, and then I linked the how-to directions. So just set up using a page in itslearning. But when you guys build these, you can build them as pages, you can build them as notes, you could do it as a Word document, you could do it as a Google Doc. It does not have to be all technology related or built with technology. Then the next one there in the tree, learning path, adding and subtracting fractions. For this one, they built it as a note, and I feel like this one's kind of a combination of choice, not really a choice board because they're not doing it in product, but it involves choice and involves a playlist. So the teacher had given a pre-test on adding and subtracting fractions, and then the students fell in either foundational skills, grade level understanding, or extended level. So based on where they fell, notice they're color-coded. The teacher then made a visual using the website ThingLink, and she put hotspots. So when the student comes over here and puts the cursor over the tree, they'll see all the hotspots. If I am in foundational, I know to go down here to the red spots, and I choose amongst the red spots. And I watch this video.
That was all made on this ThingLink?
Yes, it's all made on ThingLink. It's a great site. Literally, you upload whatever picture you want and just build those spots. So the student just goes through, works through, learns what they need. The accelerated unit 5, it's another playlist. This was a big endeavor. It's the entire unit that they built this way. They started with this checklist, kind of guiding the students through the playlist. They took a pre-test as well here based on how they did on each of the different topics. They then had to go through and complete some of the activities in each of the boxes for those topics. And then the next one there, Ransom of Red Chief, there's a station rotation. So on this one, the teacher just used a note and just typed up the directions of what they wanted the students to do at each of the stations. With the station rotation, I would highly recommend not having it be all technology related. Maybe only have 1 or 2 stations involve technology. Have a station where they're working individually on something, don't have a product at every station, but do variety within this. All right. Yeah. Jessica.
So, for example, the playlist.
Yeah.
She had the thing that I
The
forgot
link.
where it is.
Okay.
The picture. So there's also another website called LensSpace that
Yes.
Miss Hudson told us about.
Yeah.
Can we use that and just put the link in there?
Correct. Yeah.
We can.
You can actually embed the thing.
Embed the actual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you add those circles in, then it will take you to where you can put text in or add whatever else you need for
Yes.
that. So you can click it and then it would open up something else.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So your assignment, I need you to choose one of those 3, a choice board, a playlist, or a station rotation, and create an activity that you can do with at least one of your classes sometime in the next month. Your choice which class, your choice which type of activity you want to do. Today I was going to let you just kind of start working on it, ask any questions that you might have, keep working on it, and then obviously implement it with your class. Next time I come back, I'll have you submit them to me, and then we'll talk about what worked, what didn't work, what you would change next time.
Could we do it on the upcoming unit for ELA? Jessica, what do you think? Build one.
Something.
Yeah, and by all
All in
means,
ELA, so we can work
definitely
on